Steve Handler, good morning. We are today at CTIA.
Yes, thank you for joining us here in the Networks in Motion booth. Hey, we have a couple of announcements here at the show. On Monday, we announced that we passed 2 million paid subscribers last month. We also announced AAA Mobile last week, so it's new here at the show on Verizon's network.
Okay, you are talking about 2 million subscribers, so can you clarify a bit what kind of subscribers you are talking about?
Sure. What we're counting in that is active monthly subscribers as well as unique daily subscribers to our service that are paying us money to use the service.
So how do you see the trends on the market today in the US? Do you see a lot of interest from mobile operators for navigation?
Actually, I think it's really caught on. I think between the car companies and the personal navigation, the P&D device vendors, they've done a good job of educating the market. And now cell phone-based navigation is actually catching on. So we're at about 2 million users. We think for the year the whole industry will end at about somewhere between 3 and 5 million users.
Okay. Do you see a lot of competitions from the P&D sphere, or do you really want to differentiate against the portable in-car navigation?
Well, they're substitute products for each other, so I think when somebody makes a decision to purchase, they may purchase one or the other, but they're used differently. The P&D device is typically left in a car or used in a car, where cell phone-based navigation and local search is connected to the network, so the information may be more relevant, and it's, of course, the personal device that you carry with you all the time. This is a rapidly expanding market, so it's not a zero-sum game where if somebody buys a P&D, I lose a sale. I think every segment of the navigation market's growing explosively.
Okay, more and more people are talking about content, on bringing new applications, new feature beyond navigation. So what are your projects at Networks in Motion for that?
Well, our hope is to make our location services platform standard across the carriers that will make it easier for other applications to be location aware, whether that's a sports program or something that geotags photos or some form of social networking.
Okay, and when do you see this happening in the US?
I think we still have a ways to go. Not all the carriers have GPS-enabled networks that make it easy to do things like navigation, and the location positioning is not as good as it could be. But next year, those carriers will move to a next-generation technology which should support it.
Recently, you have announced that you open offices in Europe. So the market is very different in Europe, in the telecommunication world. So what is your strategy there?
Yes, Europe has a very different market dynamic than the U.S. They got in very early into the navigation business on cell phones with bundled external Bluetooth pucks. It really didn't go well. It was expensive, and it didn't meet their expectations. Now that they've seen the success we've had in the U.S. with some of our larger carriers with assisted GPS, they're reevaluating, and we're seeing a lot of initial interest in Europe. We've just opened offices in Sweden 6 months ago now, and we're with many of the carriers running trials and looking at what type of location solutions they'll be providing to their customers.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for stopping by the Networks in Motion booth here at CTIA.